Hey, this is Michael Janda. I'm here with Lubos Volkov. We're going to talk about UI design best practices. Lubos is a very talented designer in the Czech Republic, and he's going to share us some thoughts on this, and then I have a few thoughts to contribute as well. Let's turn the time over to Lubos.
Awesome. When it comes to user interface design or design in general, there is one thing that people often overlook or forget about. Often designers are not designing stuff for themselves. They can design it for completely different audience, younger, older, different nationality, etc. They disconnect themselves from the user by creating an imaginary picture in their head with ideas and solutions that might work for them but not work for the actual users. What I try to do as early as possible in my process is to create personas so I can make the best possible solutions for the actual users, since something that might not be best for you might be great for them. For example, a huge typeface, not saturated colors can be great for elderly people. So it's really important to connect and be like this and design the solutions for the actual users, showing them the progress and validating the progress with them. That's really crucial for today's designers. Do not get disconnected from the users, work with them and create the solutions what are going to be meaningful. That's something what is really going to elevate your work, and it's critical for the future. It's all about how you solve the problems for the end users and what experiences you are going to deliver for them.
Yeah, I am 100% on board with that. That is the step that a lot of designers skip. We talked about these questions before, and I jotted a couple notes of what I wanted to share. And on my share, on what I wanted to share on this, the very first thing was audience. I wrote it three times in my doc. Audience, audience, audience. You got to know who you're designing for. That's priority number one. So I always I like the perspective that there are three people involved in your project. There's you, or your agency, there is the client, and most designers are only thinking this. They're thinking, okay, I've got to design this, I'm going to get it to where I like it, and then I hope that my client approves it. That's what they're thinking, this one-to-one relationship. But there's a third person, and that is the target customer. And the truth is, who cares if Lubos likes it? Who cares if the client likes it? What's most important is if the target audience likes it. And that's the big misstep that so many designers are making. They're thinking that there's only two people involved. There's really three, and the one that they ignore is the most important decider of all of the things that they're doing.
Exactly. However, it's often hard to prove this to clients. So you need to prove it by data, research, or user feedback, since they technically have the same issue as we have. They might not be the users of the product, but they have certain expectations and imaginary pictures in their head. They can be like others, they can be actually different from the actual users. It's all about guiding the client over and explaining why this is the right approach and supporting that with data and user feedback. So it's just not about following their orders, otherwise you'll be just their tool. You need to be their business partner and advisor, which is not always easy, but you need to deliver meaningful experience to users or increase the revenue of their company, which is again connected to the user. You need to elevate and you need to learn how to lead conversations with the client. Otherwise, this is going to be very hard for you in the future.